Right, so Lee, belated welcome to Exeter City. You
Yeah.
must be enjoying your time so far?
Yeah, loving it. Absolutely, really enjoying it. People have been fantastic. The players have been a real joy to work with. The staff, right through the academy to the first team and the staff around the club, and that have all been very welcoming and very helpful.
Sure. And maybe tell us a bit about like your CV, what you've been doing before you came here, for example.
Well, before I was here, I was at Cardiff City for 7 years. I was working with a youth team then. Sort of started initially at Cardiff working as assistant to the youth team and with some of the younger ages, and then worked my way into being the head of the lead performance coach there. Not lead performance coach, but lead professional development coach. Prior to that, I was working for the FAW in a coach education and football development role. Pretty much for the last 20 years of my life been working in football, playing semi-professional and coaching.
Whereabouts have you played?
At various clubs in the Welsh Prem and a little bit in Germany. So
Whereabouts in Germany?
I've played for a club called SV Gok, and SV Wietsen, pretty much 20 minutes from Arnhem and Nijmegen in Holland, so right on the Dutch border.
That's well travelled then.
Yeah.
And as you say, you've come from Cardiff. You bring a lot of experience from what we all admit will be a bigger club. I guess that's quite important for us, really, I suppose, to have. I mean, Simon spoke about it. Simon Hayward, the head of the academy, spoke about the experience that you bring. I mean, do you think that's an important part of what you're bringing to the 18s, I guess, the experience of that kind of environment?
Well, I'd like to think that what I've learned over the years will certainly improve me, and hopefully if it's improving me, it'll help bring something to the table. Simon's got ambitions to take this academy to a Category 2 at some point, which was what we were at Cardiff, so I've certainly got the experience and know of what it takes to achieve that at an academy level. But Exeter's got its own name, it's got its own reputation, and it's building its own profile, so it's as much as what I can bring to the table as much as what I can learn from what's already going on here.
Absolutely. We've obviously you're heading up the 18s, but have you had a chance to look around, let's say the 16s through to the 9s and the centres yet? Have you had a little chance to?
Yeah, I've taken the 16s for a number of sessions, helped sort of cover a few of those sessions. I've had a number of them train regularly with the 18s. I've taken the 14s for a number of sessions. I've had a little look at some of the other age groups here and there, but mostly the 14s and 16s. Not had too much of a chance to get around all the young ones, although I have seen them for a couple of minutes here and there. And I've taken the 15s for a couple of games against Cardiff, actually, and Plymouth. So I've seen a little bit, and I like what I see.
Yeah, I mean, Simon speaks very highly, of course, for how the club has progressed, and even Paul Tisdale in his pre-match stuff for Dagenham yesterday was talking about people like Matt J and the whole situation in the academy, and saying that it's probably about as strong as it's ever been. And I bet that's for you personally, it must be a good thing to come into, to see the academy growing and have such a good reputation now.
Yeah, well, before I come here, I was already aware of the reputation. I'd played against Exeter a couple of times with Cardiff with their 18s and 21s, so I already was aware of the good football they play and the players they produce. Did a little bit of homework before I came here as well, asked around a little, but yeah, and since being in here, I see where all that good work gets done, and so it is really pleasing seeing people like Matt J do what he did the other night, and he thoroughly deserved it, and at the moment he's flying a flag for all the other kids and coaches that work within the academy, and physio is everything,
Absolutely.
And parents.
It gives everyone else something to aspire to and show what kind of can be achieved at a club like Exeter, I suppose, where opportunities are really what makes this club special, because they try and do offer opportunities.
Yeah, no, I mean, this season we've seen Brimesy come in as a first-year pro. After 8 weeks, he's given an opportunity. Like I said, you've seen a second-year under-18 getting an opportunity. So, I speak to the 18s a lot about the bigger academies, and I mean bigger academies in terms of the bigger clubs, that you might not get that opportunity, whereas here there is a blatant pathway, and if the manager thinks you're good enough, he's showing that he'll give you that opportunity, and then it's down to yourself to go on from there and keep it. So where you go from there is down to you again.
Absolutely. I suppose this is quite a different challenge for you, though, in a personal sense, and you must be really reveling in it so far with the way the season started.
Yeah. The biggest compliment I can pay to anyone is the players I work with. They work very, very hard. they're very grounded, very talented. So it's been enjoyable. Slight differences are a much smaller squad, used to about 20 odd players at Cardiff, but that's been nicer not having that so many. I get to know them a little bit quicker and easier, and I can focus on the individual a lot more. But no, you know, like I said, they're really enjoying the coaching and all that side of things because of what they do, basically, how hard they work and what they bring to the table every day.
I guess in a coaching role, that's just the most. I mean, in any job, really, your colleagues are a big part of it. And I suppose for you, having the 18s with such good personalities and such bright, talented kids must make things a whole lot easier, I suppose.
Yeah, it does. You know, it's not an easy world to break into football for them. So it's really important that they got those, you know, the hard work ethic and things like that in abundance, and they've got it. So, you know, they try to work hard at the things we ask them to improve on, and we agree upon with them as well. At this moment in time, I've got no complaints. They're playing well on a Saturday, you know, scoring goals, putting in good performances, playing our way. This next week will be interesting with 3 games in a week, 3 tough games. This for me is a real good week in terms of really finding out what their metal's like, if you like. You know, if one hard game followed by another hard game followed another hard game, if they've got it in their locker to handle that. So always want to push them, always want to test them.
Sure. When you were brought in, I know that Simon was really keen to stress that he wanted someone to take the 18s that had the right kind of